In the last few days, Abiy Ahmed, the Ethiopian Prime Minister, did two things that are remarkable, which, I fear, could disappear into the speed and vastness of his reform effort. Firstly, the Prime Minister, along with the Addis Ababa deputy mayors, Taklum and Dagmoit Moses, visited Imahoya Dugnagata, a frail old lady who is living in a leaking shanty house, not very far from his office. Imahoya was not expecting a visitor, certainly not someone from the highest office in the land. But they walked in, totally unannounced. Not surprisingly, it took PM Abiy some convincing to help Imahoya Dugna believe that the person talking to her is the Ethiopian Prime Minister. Her immediate reaction was, "Wait, why did you do this? I could have died of a heart attack." In a typical Ethiopian fashion, she shared her meal with all of them, and PM Abiy called her "my neighbor." He then initiated the rebuilding of her house, and the youth in the area followed suit. Secondly, he invited young kids from a very poor background to his office and provided them with school materials for the new school year. The kids might run out of those materials in a few months. However, he offered something that would stay with them for the rest of their life, a very candid story of his own upbringing. "In your age," he said, "my life was not very different from yours. I was brought up in a poor family," he continued, "so I didn't get clothes whenever I want, or even schooling material whenever I needed." He told the students that he had to walk each day very far because there is no school in the village he was living. However, he reminded them, "I had a strong conviction that I could overcome those challenges. Such a conviction, coupled with hard work, has got me where I am today." As I said elsewhere, Abiy came to the Ethiopian political scene as an educator-in-chief. He brought a relatively abstract social concept of Medima, what could now be considered as an Ethiopian philosophy of togetherness, to Ethiopian political discourse. The two acts can be seen as concrete translations of his philosophy, the togetherness that bridged age and social class. These practical examples matter, especially to those young minds,